All right, let's talk about a couple more pieces of equipment that we use to jig for salmon. And this is probably the most important thing, is what kind of lures and what kind of corn. It matters. And so these are our GSO agitators. We're kind of biased, I guess, but they work really good. These particular jigs are actually some of the first ones we've ever built. We've been catching fish on these jigs for years. So you can tell they got teeth marks all over them. They're a little bit scummy looking, but it's a testament to the paint system on there. They don't wear out. And so these are all super glow paint except the purple one. And that's another color that I think is really important to have, is something that doesn't glow and is very dark. Purple, black, dark red, something that'll just make a silhouette instead of glowing so bright. That is one of the LED strobing lights that we talked about, and those are available in different colors: blue, green, red, white. They'll blink those different colors, or you can get them where they'll blink 3 colors: red, white, green, in a sequence. So again, one other tool to add to all that. And as we talked about, jigging super deep for these fish that got really hard mouths this time of year, trocar treble hooks is what we go to with that, because it sticks them and it holds them. So the next thing you see sitting here are, most of the time when I go out jigging for salmon, regardless of what they bit yesterday, I have at least 5 different concoctions of shoe peg corn. So it's white shoe peg corn, and then I've got them marinated in a bunch of different stuff. So these are just so I know what they are, but these particular ones are crawdad, garlic tuna. This one's called Predator. That one's anise oil plus tuna. And this one's what I call my regular one, which is what I use trolling all summer, which is the Pro Cure Kokanee Special. So that's my assortment of corn that I'll start with. And when I find a school of salmon that is fishable, like they're big, I can get my boat on them. They're sitting still, I can get my boat held. They're right under the boat. Now I need to catch them. So what I do is I go with my regular corn, the stuff I've been using successfully all summer long, catching them trolling, and everybody's got their own flavor of corn. So start with that. Pick a jig. It doesn't matter what color. If you need to, I'd start with a green one. Put your corn on it, no light, put it down into that school of fish, mess with your jig cadence a little bit, try to see if you can get them to fire on it, slowly dropping it through the school, ripping it through the school, sitting it still, every once in a while just kind of bump it, mess with your jig cadence. The other part of that too is fishing the top of the school all the way to the bottom of the school, like in 2-foot increments. Like do all of those different things, but change your depth 2 feet at a time and redo it and redo it and redo it. Nothing happens, reel it all the way back up. Either try a different flavor of corn or try a different color of jig. Try it all again. As soon as you get something figured out that those fish really trigger on, then the bites come happening like really, really quick. You can limit out on one school of salmon pretty fast once you dial in what flavor of corn and what color jig. And with that being said, if that school of fish moves or you can't get back on them or they dissipate after you catch a couple and you go to another and you find another school of fish, that whole thing might change. You just caught that school of fish on garlic corn with a green jig, and now this school of fish wants to eat a blue jig with crawdad corn. Like it literally can change that much school to school. So stay open-minded. Don't get fixated on one thing. Just keep experimenting until you start catching them.